Yo, what is going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love? My name is Jamal Pope, aka J Phoenix, and this is going to be your astrology forecast for Hump Day, Wednesday, October 25th of 2023. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I appreciate your viewership, your subscription. If you aren't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe because I put out daily astrology content and other various forms of content, so you definitely don't want to miss that out. So let's go ahead and hop into what we have going on today. So seemingly on the outside, just at the first glance of today, it doesn't really seem like there's a whole lot going on. And when you get days like this, which usually these days kind of come, maybe you get like at least one, maybe two of them a week. Sometimes the entire week is like crazy, full of like trines and conjunctions and oppositions and all that sort of stuff. Today, we actually did get a little bit of a reprieve as far as like exact energies. Now, granted, earlier in the day before I made this video, we did see the moon in Pisces make that opposition over to Venus in Virgo. This happened around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so some people were waking up. If you're, in any of the other time zones, you could have been up if you get up really, really early, or if you're hitting the gym and stuff, you might have felt this energy. But by the time most of you guys see this video, that energy is going to be waning, or coming off, right? So we do see the moon at the time of this reading that it is at 17 degrees of Pisces. It will enter into that last decan, and once it enters into that last decan, you see it hits 20 degrees. You can see that the sun has freshly ingressed at the 2-degree mark. This is the spot where, of course, we had the eclipses last year, and kind of bringing that back up. But really, you can say that the eclipses that happened in Libra really did cut off that energy. So if anything, we may feel a little bit of similarity to last year around this time, but it's really going to be more so just like a small little tidbit, you know what I'm saying? Nothing really too crazy. I wouldn't really think about it too much, or think about it too deeply. We are building up, of course. The main thing we're building up to is this Mars opposed Jupiter, which will be happening in a few days' time, so it's taking a little bit for it to get there, right? Mars isn't Mars is moving fast, mind you, but let me look at the sheets actually real fast. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Okay, let's see. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, here it is. Come on. There it is. That's what I was looking at. I was looking for the dignities and stuff like that too, to just see just how fast Mars is moving. It's moving at about 41 minutes a day, so not quite a full degree. Now, Venus is moving at a full degree a day now, so it's moving fast. Mercury is moving at a degree and a half a day, so it's moving fast. The sun is actually picking up speed too. It's at 59 minutes, so not quite a full degree right now. And of course, Jupiter is retrograde too. So we have some planets that are actually moving fast now. We're starting to come out of a lot of this retrograde energy where things are feeling very, very stuck, very, very stagnant, very, very much so, just going through that internal dialogue and, going through those internal stories and working those things out so we can actually move forward in the external world. So, Mars will make that opposition of Jupiter, by the weekend and stuff, right? But that energy is building. So, and I talked a little bit about that yesterday. Well, I could talk about a little bit more here right now too. Is that, of course, Mars is dignified as Scorpio. It likes to be in Scorpio. It's the traditional medieval ruler of Scorpio, right? And you have a Mars that's here in Jupiter, right? This is definitely this element too with this opposition, which is going to present a bit of a challenge, a bit of a battle. And if anything, I would say Mars wins this battle. Jupiter's, like I said, is retrograde in Taurus. It doesn't mind being in Taurus, but it's not its strongest placement. Meanwhile, Mars is definitely feeling strong, it's feeling good, feeling a lot more powerful. And it also has Mercury at its back. It also has the sun at its back too, kind of helping to propel it. And it is the one leading the charge going towards that Plutonian energy here in Capricorn. So this is definitely a moment where, we are definitely being challenged to kind of dig deep, find that extra boost, if you will. And with the opposition to Jupiter, there may be some complications that come up when it comes to whether or not we can recognize and see the vision of the value that we bring to the world, whether or not we can actually really expand on it too. So there may be, like I said, a challenge there where it's like we wonder if we do have the power, if we do have the energy to get through things, if we do have the energy to kind of dig deep when things aren't necessarily right in our face, when even if money might not necessarily be flowing the way that we want to, or our finances may not be flowing exactly the way that we want to, do we have the ability to be able to, it's like, you know what, I still have all the resources, I still have everything I need to get to the next level, just whether or not I am willing to put in that work. So that is energy that we're kind of building up to. Now, mind you, like I said, today it's not exact. And really, as far as exact aspects today, you don't really have a lot. Like I said, it's mostly the moon in Pisces that oppose Venus. And then you're going to see, come the end of the day, you're going to see that moon make that conjunction over to Neptune. And conjunctions are always an amplifying kind of energy. They kind of amplify each other. So Neptune, strong in Pisces. It is retrograde. Moon likes being in Pisces. This is another water sign. It can flow with that energy. What's interesting about this conjunction and this amplifying energy is that it happens to be opposite Black Moon Lilith. It's opposite Black Moon Lilith. The moon also quincunxes the south node on the way to Neptune as well, which is going to provide a bit of that awkward energy, if you will. So this is one of these elements. Whenever the moon comes up on top of Neptune, especially with it being in Pisces, this is when that veil between, the physical world and the spiritual world becomes very, very thin, especially at the degree like this, 2 + 5 = 7, which is Neptunian in nature. That veil is going to be rather thin. And of course, with the opposition to Black Moon Lilith, this could definitely start to bring up fears on whether or not we have a good game plan, whether or not we can kind of organize our lives, whether or not, maybe we're being a little too critical on ourselves, maybe too critical of other people, especially when it comes to spirituality, faith, religion type aspects too. This can definitely be a moment where some people may, start to, this could bring up some fears. Maybe people start to paint certain groups of people as evil or bad or demonic and stuff. And, you have to ask yourself if you really have all the information. You have to ask yourself, are we just going to just pass these sort of judgments and stuff like that? Or is there something more here? Are we learned about whatever it is that we may be painting this whole broad stroke with? Especially a day like today, I feel like whenever the moon goes into Pisces, media stuff is always kind of weird, and it coming on top of Neptune retrograde too, it's going to make for some weird news stories today. It's going to make for some very weird news stories. And we got to remember, we are still in between eclipses. The moon is going to go into Aries tomorrow, and while the moon is actually not going to have its full moon in Aries, it's actually going to be in Taurus, and that's where the eclipse is going to happen because this north node is still in that third decan of Aries. So it's within that zone that there will be an eclipse. That's the interesting thing about this. You would think that we would have it with, Aries, but we actually skip over it. We won't get the eclipses in Aries until next year, until next Libra season. So that's the thing about this. And I honestly think that this is kind of a blessing in disguise. I really do feel like, having the eclipses in Taurus instead to kind of close out the whole North Node, South Node thing that was going on with Scorpio and Taurus respectively gives us this opportunity to kind of, like I said, close out that, and to kind of, this is a time for us to really see what is valuable and what we actually hold in high standard, if you will. So I would say, like with a day like today, where there's not a whole lot of exact things going on, I always say on these kind of days to kind of take stock and take a spiritual inventory of, what's going on in your life, how have things progressed to this point, is there anything that you can do differently, and to just, take it step by step, day by day. I think we all can see areas in our life where we can improve and do something different to make a positive change in our lives. There could be this element, of course, with the opposition to Black Moon Lilith, of the timing of everything, and how if we don't do it exactly the way that we want to do it right now, or if it doesn't look exactly the way that we want to right now, then this can cause a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of worry, a little bit of apprehension because it doesn't look perfect in this exact moment. We can start to wonder whether or not, God is looking out for us, whether our angels are looking out for us. We can start to question those things just because it doesn't look exactly the way that we want to. And even if we have a game plan, the fact that maybe we can't implement the full game plan right now may have us a little bit worried on whether or not we can make it, and we will make it. You will make it and stuff. This is about letting go, trusting God, let go, let God, and allow these energies to continue to unravel, and for us to have that vibrational integrity and respond accordingly instead of getting just swept up in the current and just getting swept away by these tsunamis and having us believe all of these weird crazy things and continue to divide even further. I think that's one of the biggest lies that we have continued to tell ourselves, is that we have to continue to divide ourselves and divide ourselves and divide ourselves. And that's just stoking the flames, and that's just causing more derision and division. And, nothing good really can come of that. I don't think anything good can really come of that. So I think today, for the most part, will probably be a rather chill day. I don't see the energy meter at like a really high spot. Like I said, we do have some building energy. Like I said, we're building up to the full moon lunar eclipse. We're building up to a Mars that's opposing Jupiter. But other than that, today, kind of chill. Not even going to lie. It's an interesting hump day for sure. I would say, if anything, just kind of, do your best to maintain that vibrational integrity. With the moon coming on top of Neptune, see about just kind of taking some time to kind of chill, relax, and meditate, connect with the divine, connect with God, and see what answers come through. You don't need the foolproof game plan that's going to win you the freaking Super Bowl right now. You just need to figure out how to get through this day, this week, this time. There's no need for you to try and game plan for the championship right now. We're not there yet. So let's get into the cards. I know this was a bit of a short one today, but, that's just kind of how the astrology is working out, So let's see what the cards have to say. I do apologize. I know I'm getting this video out rather late. I'm not going to lie, last time was a bit of a rough night for me. But I'm good today. We're all good. Here, showed up, and it is a new day. So let's see what we have for the cards. All right. Well, yeah, we have the King of Cups in reverse today. So the King of Cups has kind of come up a couple of times over the past few days. I know it came up, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, where the King of Cups came up, where it's like, upright, he's very emotionally sound and not letting his emotions get in the way when things happen. And when news is brought to him, he's able to remain sound. He has his feelings about it, but he's able to react accordingly. With it being reversed, this is going to definitely bring up an element where this is someone who may be super fantastical. This could be someone that may put off this image and invoke this emotion in you, but they may have an ulterior motive here too. So that's the thing about this. They may be frauding you. So don't get too caught up in the fantastic. Don't get caught up in the whole Wizard of Oz kind of energy today, where it has all of these lights and all of this glitter and all of this all of this music and all this whatever to kind of put on this sort of production, if you will, This could be someone that could be potentially frauding you or trying to kind of guide you down a path that maybe seem really cool, but this is probably someone who's probably not entirely emotionally stable, but yet they're in a position of power and leadership. We also have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so and when you get an ace, it's sort of like the most basic form of that energy. So with this, honestly, I kind of almost just see this as maybe someone in some sort of position of power or influence where some type of new news story can come up to try and invoke an emotional response, and they're going to kind of spin doctor it to try and get you to feel a certain way about it. But you have to kind of get to the depth of what you actually feel about it too. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Cups, though. We do have the Three of Cups. I think this is really about just connecting to the right people. You know what I'm saying? This is hump day, so maybe it could be a good day to kind of go out with some friends and kind of forget about the external world, kind of forget about all this sort of stuff. The Three of Cups is coming in here saying that so long as you are connected to the right people that uplift your vibration, then you'll be able to sidestep and dodge any type of potential attempts to sway your opinion and certain facets and certain things. This can, like I said, this can happen on larger global scales or even just like in your personal life. This is about just making sure that you're connected to the right people today, and that's what's going to get you through these energies. That is going to do it for your astrology forecast today. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to my website, jphoenix.com. And as far as the services go, I wanted to just let you know. I mean, on my website right now, I have five services that are published. You have the Express Tarot and Oracle Report. That's just at $25. You have the natal chart report, transit forecast, a new moon manifestation report, and a solar return invigoration report. I'm also going to be adding an express astrology report where essentially it'll just be a written report where I just kind of give you like a basic overview of like your big three and probably the personal planets as well, and maybe just like a small little description of some of the other things. But that's just going to be same price as the express report, to $25. I put those at that price just to kind of give people a sort of tidbit into what I do and sort of just like a kind of dipping your toes in the water, before you commit to that larger natal report or transit forecast or the new moon or the solar return report. And also, I do extend to you, if you do buy one of those first, kind of like intro reports, the Express Tarot or the Express Astrology report, that if you do buy one of those, I will take that amount off of whatever, if you want to book again, if you want to do like a full natal chart or a full transit forecast, I will take that $25 off that report. So you wouldn't end up paying like the full amount. So I extend that to you guys just because I know that times are tough right now, but at the same time, I still want to be able to deliver this service to you guys as well. So do whatever I can to kind of help you guys out, and that's what it's all about. So anyways, y'all take care, stay blessed, have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next astrology forecast. Peace.